All right. But in
What's
this
this
next
about?
video,
Yeah.
I guess the FBI. I want to say the FBI director. I could be wrong about that, but he was sitting in front of a good amount of our senators this past week and had to answer some very tough questions. Let's just say that. In this one particular, I'm gonna let the video play. I guess.
Of course, as you know as well as I do, that
It's a high def
the
ass video.
FBI cannot
Yeah, that's what I was
censor
saying too.
American speech. It talks about abridging speech, that our First Amendment does. At one time, I think it was during your tenure, the FBI had 80 FBI agents working with social media,
Oh,
encouraging social media to take down accounts and remove, quote, disinformation and election interference. A district court found that the FBI and other agencies asked social media platforms to remove content and to change their moderation.
Oh, is that are those men glasses?
just because you don't know the swag don't mean you can talk about it, man.
I'm just asking. That looks like somebody's
Anything can be
grandma's
men
glasses.
man. Anything can be men glasses.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking for information.
I don't
This is
know.
way wrong. This is way
They
wrong.
might. His wife might have bought it for him.
They might be his wives. He might like grab the wrong player off the
Yo,
dresser.
listen. Look, y'all commenting on everything that y'all see in this video, but what the man is talking about. Can we continue with the video? Listen to Senator Kennedy, please.
Policies in a way that violated the First Amendment. And it went up to the
Can we
Fifth
go back
Circuit.
like 30
Fifth
seconds?
Circuit
I wasn't listening.
limited the injunction.
Not that far.
That's
Oh,
too far, yeah, I was about to say that's too
Court found that the FBI and other agencies asked social media platforms to remove content and to change their moderation policies in a way that violated the First Amendment. And it went up to the Fifth Circuit. The Fifth Circuit limited the injunction, but here's what the Fifth Circuit said. The FBI, quote, likely coerced the platforms into moderating content and encouraged them to do so by effecting changes in their moderation policies, end quote, in violation of the First Amendment. The FBI agreed with the plaintiffs that, quote, I'm quoting the Fifth Circuit, federal agents ran afoul of the First Amendment by coercing and significantly encouraging social media platforms to censor disfavored speech, including by threats of adverse government action, like antitrust enforcement and legal reforms.
oh.
That's serious. Is the Fifth Circuit wrong?
Well, as you may know, first off, let me just say the opinions talk about a whole bunch of other executive agencies besides the FBI, and I'm not going to speak to what the other agencies did or didn't do. But
Well,
as
you
far as
weren't
the
the only one. It
but-
was the White
uh,
House.
but
It
just-
was Homeland Security. But your folks were there too, all 80 of them, 80 agents,
well, but
combing social media every day, calling Twitter, calling Facebook, take that down. Get rid of that account. And it wasn't just on election interference. It was on COVID vaccines. It was on lockdowns.
so a couple things, and I appreciate the opportunity to clarify this. So first, on things like COVID vaccines and stuff like that, the FBI had no role in telling anybody to take anything down. In fact, as you may know, the FBI was the only agency back at that time, and the only agency in the entire intelligence community to reach the conclusion to moderate confidence that the origins of the pandemic were most likely a lab leak in China. We were the only agency, so we most certainly were not encouraging anybody to communicate differently on that. Second, even on the topics we did communicate with social media companies about, from everything I've seen, we in fact did not instruct anybody to take that information down. As to the Fifth Circuit's opinion, as you may also know, we actually hotly contest a lot of the findings, and not just the legal conclusions, but the actual factual findings, and the department has sought Supreme Court review, asked them to vacate the injunction. The Supreme Court's not only vacated the injunction, but granted cert, so I probably should
Let me
leave it at
stop you a
that.
second.
I wanted to get y'all opinion on that real quick. Do y'all believe what the director? I keep saying director. What Christopher Ray is saying?
I don't know. I mean,
He's probably telling half truths. There's probably like half truths in there. Like they probably had contact with them, but they probably influenced them to take shit down, but without like influencing them to take shit down. It was probably more tongue in cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like you scratch our back, we'll help you out, or you scratch our back, we'll make sure that this legislation shit doesn't affect you like it might. I
I
don't
don't
know.
even think it's that deep. I mean, like if they have like false election claims going through, for example, Twitter, like the FBI has to investigate these things. So they're in contact with these companies like, hey, like whose account is this? Is this a legitimate account? Like, is this, trying to figure out where this information is coming from to find out the truth behind it? And then eventually, like if they find out, this is a bot account, like take this shit down. It's misinformation. That to me makes sense. But it could be anything. It could be anything. Who
This
knows?
is a tough one. This is a tough one, in my opinion.
What do you think,
That's
Dan?
how MLK went out. Or not MLK. Who am I thinking of? What's
I
your
don't know.
boy? Who's your boy that got taken out by the FBI? Was it MLK?
It was
Black
MLK.
Panthers? It was MLK or the Black